Welcome to the Green Wasp Removal YouTube channel. In this episode, we continue training and mentoring the Manchester University Wasp survey team as we take on thousands of very aggressive Eastern Yellowjackets, or Vespula maculifrons, that had built their nest inside the foundation of an old farmhouse. The nest was inaccessible, so we could not go in and remove it directly. So we did an attrition collection from the outside of the building over several visits to the property between August and October of 2024. Each time we arrived, the nest had produced thousands more extremely defensive adult wasps that we collected for Venom Immunotherapy, or VIT. As you see here, they would just disembowel themselves in the attacks on our gloves, and they just kept coming. Every time they would attack in force, and this was routine behavior for Vespula maculifrons, or Eastern Yellowjackets. They're one of the most aggressive species we deal with, so we were glad to help this homeowner keep the population down. When you do an attrition collection, because the nest is inaccessible, you can only collect from the outside, and the idea is you keep collecting them over and over again until you starve the nest out, because you're collecting all the foragers that would normally bring back food to support the nest. If we were not doing these regular visits, the nest would become so huge and so aggressive that nobody could even walk near it safely, especially people who live there or try to do gardening or whatnot around that area, that corner of the farmhouse. So this nest produced thousands of wasps that we could freeze in dry ice to preserve their venom for Venom Immunotherapy, and we'll take you through that process and show you how that works. This was definitely one of the largest maculifrons nests that we dealt with all season. Every time we went back, there were hundreds more or thousands more to be collected. Fortunately, the homeowner was very environmentally conscious. She was aware of the beneficial nature of wasps. She was aware that you don't ever want to use poison to kill wasps, especially in your own living space. So she allowed us to come and go and do the collection and attrition over a period of several months, from August through October, because she did not use this corner of the property very often anyway. We had to be very careful with some awkward spaces. As you see here, there were things that could hook us and rip our suits. We had to be very careful in this corner because there was a lot of jagged metal and whatnot in there. Here you see the Manchester University Wasp survey team, Katie and Regan, and the team did great. We'll show you how the whole process worked, from species ID, which you see here, all the way through collecting the adults on the nest, all the way through freezing them for Venom Immunotherapy. We'll show you the whole process over this 3-4 month period that we worked on this location. As always, we appreciate you riding along with us. If you enjoy the content on our channel, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and comment to let us know you're there. Now let's take you back to August 21st, 2024, when it began. August 21st, 2024. Got Yellowjackets coming out of the foundation. So we captured a specimen here in a collection bottle, and now we're going to gas it just to figure out what we're dealing with here. Once it's pretty well knocked out, we'll get some close-up imagery. Yep, that's Vespula maculifrons. You can tell by the pattern on the back, classic Eastern Yellowjacket pattern. All right, so over here in the corner, entering right in this hole, it's a very active Yellowjacket nest. So we're setting up an extraction device.
you have the device placed where they need to cross the suction path on the way in or the way out. So there's a steady stream of them coming in, attempting to land, and getting sucked up by the collection device. And that's exactly what we want. So we're going to use a test long scope cam, which is just a fiber optic cable with a camera on the end. And we're going to put that down into the hole and see if we can get an idea which way they're walking, whether they're going up into the building or down into the ground or the foundation. Evidently it's inaccessible down there, so we're going to just explore a little bit, see if we can't find any indication of where the nest is.
Quick note on voiceover here. We put the scope cam down into the entry hole of the nest, and all of a sudden there was just a huge explosion of hundreds of angry yellowjackets. At the same moment, the vac clogged with debris, so they were not being collected. But we didn't realize that at the time, so they just kept coming out.
So there's a cloud of angry Eastern Yellowjackets here. They're pretty much going nuts.
So with a clog in the line, you see a crazy cloud of yellowjackets, but it doesn't seem to be reducing. And so we checked on the collection bottle here, and sure enough, there was not nearly enough in the collection bottle for the number of yellowjackets we were seeing coming out of that nest. So that indicated there was a clog in the line, and we had to do something to clear it. This is why you can never leave vacuum gear, all of your extraction system, unattended. It has to be monitored. So here we realize there's a system issue and we're going to have to go in and clear the clog. And this happens usually when we're doing ground nests. There's enough debris in the area generally that clogs are not uncommon. And this was down in an area that had a lot of mulch and a lot of leaves and a lot of debris, and just some of that material just got stuck in the line. So here we just stopped filming for a second while we cleared the spout. Vespula maculifrons, Eastern Yellowjacket, is a very aggressive species. They come out swinging and stinging every time, so you have to be careful. So anytime we approached the nest at all, our gloves were covered with wasps. They were all over our veil, all over our suits. But ultimately, once the system was functioning properly and the clog was cleared, we were able to collect most of the wasps pretty readily.
So the initial flurry of activity is now over. So let's see what we've collected here.
Once we have the initial attackers collected, then it's a matter of trying to entice the rest of them to come out. And we do that through banging them out with vibration all around the nest. We just slam on the ground near the nest, and that stimulates a defensive response where they come out and we can collect them again. This makes the collection a little more efficient, so we don't have to wait for them.
Now we're going to try to bang them out again, try to get more population out of the nest. Throw up the nest a little bit. Here's the first part of the collection. Good number of female workers here. August 23rd, 2024. Eastern Yellowjackets. We just used vacuum extraction to pull them out of a foundation wall that was otherwise inaccessible. So we're working from the outside. It's a very busy, very active nest. High population. This is the sound of hundreds and hundreds of yellowjackets. Alright, now it's time to put these girls to sleep in the dry ice. Give them 15 minutes and they'll be frozen solid.
Here we see that when the wasps attack a leather glove and sting the leather, their stinger gets stuck in the leather. And to get away, they actually disembowel themselves, pull out their whole venom sac. And unfortunately, once they do this, they die, and they're not useful for venom immunotherapy. So only those wasps with an intact venom sac are actually collected.
Here's the second batch. That's enough for today. We'll let them repopulate for a while by pupating out of the nest inside the foundation, and then we'll come back and do it again. Good collections for Venom Immunotherapy. August 23rd, 2024. Here's a second batch from the same nest inside the foundation wall. Very high population nest, but this was all we could get to respond to our pounding and banging on the wall and foundation for today. We got 2 collection bottles full, and we'll freeze them all for Venom Immunotherapy. August 30th, 2024. We're back at this nest in the foundation. Still very, very active. Pretty much instant reaction. Collection's coming along just fine. We'll just let the machine do the work. Starting to slow down a little bit. We've got most of them contained. These things are just ridiculously aggressive. Vespula maculifrons, Eastern Yellowjacket. We just pulled all these out of a foundation wall that was otherwise inaccessible. So we just do attrition collections from the outside. And eventually, you collect so many of the foragers that they can't support the nest anymore and the nest starves out. So these will be utilized for Venom Immunotherapy. Nice collection. Female workers came out to attack. It's what we like. I'm gonna freeze this collection now in dry ice. Give it 15 minutes and they'll be ready for long-term cold storage for the season. Frozen solid. All right, it's been long enough. Let's take it out and see what we get. Frozen solid. There you have it. Another collection for Venom Immunotherapy. So we're back doing an attrition collection where this maculifron's nest has been in this foundation all season. We've collected here 2 or 3 times in the past, and we're going to collect again today. Very aggressive nest. As soon as you walk up on them, they are all over you. Another very large collection here. Eastern Yellowjacket, Vespula maculifrons, very aggressive nest. It's good to get this one dealt with. So here we have a large collection of Vespula maculifrons. We're going to go ahead and freeze them now. All right, it's October 18th, and we're here to see if there's anything left of this attrition collection.
Maybe we should switch.
This is like playing Twister. I see one flying in this way, going toward the nest. Looks like there's not a whole lot coming out.
Is this the right place to knock?
Yep, that was bringing them out by the thousands before.
Oh, here they are. Here, see 'em?
You got some? We got more back here.
Here they come.
hovering
They're
around.
coming. I'll mind the glove here. Got my glove?
Watch your suit on the edge of this AC unit. It's got some hooks on it on the bottom. It can get you. Especially you, Regan. You're right next to it.
Let's see twist it like that.
So it's a tight spot to work, but we've got the ability to at least leave the thing there once you get it positioned. Once you stir them up, we'll get a few as they come back. So this thing is you got to really look out for right here. Katie, about an inch above your head here on the right side, you've got some hooks that can rip you up. So just be careful. That's definitely still active.
Do we have a, it's not, oh, there's some.
If you can just set it up so it's in a good spot, you can just leave it.
I'll get out of your way.
You can move the spout around too if you want to rotate the spout up or down. Yeah, really watch that on the right because it'll hook you and rip your valve. Let me know if you need more vacuum pressure.
Yeah.
Let's max it out. All right, if you got a little swarm going above you here, it looks like you do, you can just position it in the right spot and then back out. If you have to move the spout, just point the spout in a different direction if you have to. So when you work in a tight environment like this, it's difficult. Let me see this for a quick minute. This kind of thing can really rip you up, so we always have to be careful of these. There you go, you got it? Okay. So this type of thing, we're always looking out for. The sharp parts here and the sharp parts here. Really easy to get your suit damaged on that. Let's let them get collected for a little bit. So, Regan, you made it for a couple of nests this year. And Katie, thanks for your help. I think we're done on this one. Okay. So not much flying lately. That's about all we have left for today at this nest location. So the attrition and the seasonal end of nest cycle is catching up with these. Population going way down.